Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Monday, the 13th of October, 2025. The year BSV comes alive. Branch of threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post pot on chain. Right, let's see what we've got today. Obviously got some posts on my own thread that we're going to go through. Quite a lot to get through. Got to talk about the new digital ID that started yesterday. There was all this chaos. People getting stuck trying to fly to Finland and Croatia, didn't realizing that they need all of this stuff. People didn't even know that it was going on because they're so out of touch that I was like, what is this thing? Can you imagine the shock? Oh, yeah. By the way, we need all your digital biometrics. We haven't got a medical license or anything like that, and we're coercing you to give it because you won't travel without it. But you've got to hand it over anyway. Like, what? Can you imagine? Shocking. It looks like BSV Association posted this 7 hours ago. I don't know if this is it, but they said Teranode is here, 1 million transactions per second on the blockchain built for business. After almost 3 years of development, we're proud to announce the release of Teranode, the next generation node technology that enables scaling on a global level. So why should you care? Again, we'll just go through that. Great post. Crypto Slate says here, Binance to pay $283 million compensation for market chaos as BNB reaches new 1,300k all-time high. Like, what is all that about? What are they accusing Binance of? All this market turmoil. Trying to make somebody the scapegoat, aren't they? Then we'll have a quick look at the figures. The transactions were creeping up, but the block sizes were pretty substantial earlier today. Look, 141, 103, 107. I think I saw like one that was like 122 and whatnot. It's like, interesting. Transaction volume at 48. Block size well up though. We'll have a look at the usual stats. Some articles at Cointelegraph. Some 365 days of Bitcoin history. And then we'll finish with a Calendar countdown. Right, let's get into it.
Craig says he's Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong and transactions flying free. He's acclaiming his legacy, you'll surely see.
Alrighty, here we go. Right, let's make our way up through the feed. So let's read this one out from CSW. Is there any hidden metaphors or meaning in there? He said, "There's a certain elegance in warfare when it waged with a precision instead of chaos. I do not lace my soil with poison, nor lace their air with chemical hysteria. I use bacillus." I'm not going to produce that other word there. Thuringinis BT toxin, the gentleman's assassin of the garden. It is a biological whisper, not a bomb. It goes after caterpillars, those gluttonous anarchists of the leaf, while sparing the bees and ladybugs who work harder than most people I know. BT isn't some chemical bludgeon. It's a scalpel wielded by bacteria. The toxin activates only in the alkaline gut of the caterpillars, turning their own digestion against them. Bees, ladybirds, and every other creature with the dignity of a different biology are left untouched, moving through the mist as though through a confession they don't need to hear. This is pest control without moral hangover, if you have the discipline to use it properly. I missed the polytype tunnel, and it's like a sermon in restraint. You have to time it. Spray while the bees are out, and you might coat their wings, confuse their signals, make them stumble. Not because of poison, because of physics. A droplet on a wing is a drag on perfection. So I missed before dawn or after dusk. When the bees are at home and the air holds its breath, it dries before morning, invisible and waiting. By the time the sun rises, the assassins are in place and the workers return unharmed. This is how you win quietly. Integrated pest management isn't about eradicating life, it's about arranging it. Every organism has its place and every tool its hour. You respect the line between precision and arrogance, and nature starts to work with you instead of against you. The problem isn't that people interfere, it's that they interfere stupidly, thinking more spray means more control. But control isn't noise, it's timing, it's understanding that balance is built for power applied with care. In the end, the leaves stay whole, the flowers open, the bees hum, their small economies, and the caterpillars meet their natural justice. No drama, no corpses of collateral beauty, just order restored through intelligence, not indulgence. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Looks like he's having looks like he's starting his life all over again. We've got Pumpkin Man Craig, as it were. Right, let's have this post here. Binance to pay $283 million compensation for market chaos as BNB reaches $1,300 all-time high. Let's have a look at this. So amidst market upheaval, Binance's $283 million compensation bolsters BNB's remarkable recovery. What? BNB, the native token on Binance's ecosystem, their shitcoin exchange, climbed to a record high of $1,355 following a turbulent week that saw $20 billion wiped from the broader crypto market. Data from the crypto slate showed that BNB surged 17% in 24 hours, outperforming other top 10 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. The rally came even amid President Donald Trump's October 10 tariffs on China. Triggered panic selling across risk assets, including digital currencies. Bitcoin has failed to offer similar strength, sitting at $10,000 below its recent all-time high. So Binance's strong price recovery reflected renewed confidence in Binance ecosystem despite the exchange's recent operational issues. I believe they were using the Binance token in South America. I think it might have been in Brazil or Argentina or somewhere like that. Because they don't trust their own central bank fiat currency, so they were either using like the Binance dollar coin or the actual Binance coin, because they're like, well, it's got a use case, you use it, to access the exchange. Fascinating. Binance pays to $283 million in compensation. What's all this about? Over the weekend, Binance faced strong criticism for its platform's handling of the extreme price swings that disrupted trading activity. Yeah. Many of the exchange users complained of flash crashes that drove several tokens to near zero levels and froze accounts that prevented them from closing or hedging their market positions. These disruptions intensified frustration among traders, who argued that Binance's dominant position in global trade volume means it should have been more resilient to market turbulence. In response, Binance announced it had distributed $283 million in compensation to users affected by severe price dislocations across several products, including USDE and BN Sol and WBETH. The exchange attributed the losses to intense volatility and temporary failures in its collateral and pricing modules. What do you mean, intense volatility? That's what traders trade on. Well, the exchange went down or something like that and wouldn't allow them to trade on the volatility. It's ridiculous. Binance said it reimbursed affected users and pledged to extend redress for delays in transfers and redemptions. Meanwhile, on-chain analysis speculated that the disruptions could have been triggered by a coordinated exploit targeting Binance's unified margin system. Whatever. Crypto babble talk there. Martin Heisboeck, head of research at Uphold, said the malfunction exposed a structural weakness. Liquidation prices drew mainly from Binance's own volatile spot feed instead of aggregating market data. As a result, collateral values fell faster, prompting forced liquidations that deepened the decline. Heisboeck noted that the incident appeared timed between a scheduled software patch and its deployment, creating a vulnerability window that may have caused $500 million to $1 billion in cumulative losses. He warned that the situation echoed systemic risk events such as terrorist collapse and the stress that centralized risk models remained fragile during extreme volatility. What a pathetic excuse. Binance defends system. However, Binance rejected the notion of a targeted exploit, emphasizing that its core spot and futures engines operated normally during the turmoil. The company said its internal review showed forced liquidations made up only a minor share of trading volumes, suggesting the broader market shock, not an internal error, drove the sell-off. The exchange also clarified that brief price dips in tokens like IOTX and Atom resulted from long-standing limit orders. It added that some user dashboards' low-price readings would display errors rather than executed trades. More excuses. Binance co-founder He Yi also called the circulating attack theories FUD, asserting that Binance's matching engines and settlement systems remained stable throughout the event. Yeah, well, they would say that, wouldn't they? You know, I don't believe anything these days. Nothing. Max Egan says here, this is why the world needs Bitcoin. He was talking about how, was it 3 million accounts in Thailand went down, no reason, you know, like no nothing. And it wasn't just one account, it was all the accounts that went down, you know, citing potential like fraud checks and all this kind of stuff. And then because the people distrusted the financial system, they've all gone back to started using cash, and they're just like, yeah, we're not taking electronic payments from bank accounts anymore because we don't know when our bank account is going to go down. So people are waking up to the fact that you can't really trust the banks, certainly over in Thailand, same in Vietnam, and it's going to happen here shortly as well. Really scary. In fact, yeah, speaking to somebody earlier today who knows somebody else who is, very close to those at the top in the retail banks in the UK, saying that millions of accounts have been closed last year, and the figures are being underreported. People just not knowing any the wiser, trying to buy Bitcoin or crypto or anything like that. Bank just literally shuts their account, no explanation needed. Being a customer for years and years and years, and they're also talking about their plans to prevent people from purchasing any more Bitcoin. Like when digital ID comes on, accounts will be shut down. Credit scores will be introduced. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. And I think personal accounts, even with the rate of inflation and things getting so expensive, they're not allowing payments of over like £500 to go into a personal account. Honestly, like absolutely insanity. Absolutely. But are the normies going to wake up? Are they going to realise what's going on? Yeah, who knows? My God. More here. Just like they had one of these, like looks like Just Eat guys on his bike, like literally cycling down the near side lane of the motorway. Like honestly, like what the hell? Another one of MPs saying, "Oh, our national flags are like a disgrace. They need to be taken down." Honestly, you just couldn't make it up. What's going on? Literally trying to destroy society, destroy the economy, destroy the country. We know what we know that's what the plan is. Again, this spy saga as well. They're saying, suddenly the China Spygate, has just been sort of brushed under the carpet. No action being taken. They're trying to open up the case again. It's just utterly criminal. Talking about crazy stuff, though. This account here, Brian Kuzmar said here, "This is crazy. I've just suspended all silver sales at my company. Commercial, rare coins and precious metals. This has never happened to me ever, not even in 1980. 3 reasons: cannot hedge, cannot find product, cannot figure out premiums. Don't sell, folks." He said JMHEO. What that is. And again, there was a similar post here as well. Look at this. From the Earth Mint Australia. It said, "We're experiencing technical difficulties with our systems and are working to fix the issues as soon as possible. Due to current market conditions, we are experiencing a high volume of customers which may cause delays in response times. Blue Christmas coins will be available, blah, 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 blah." But again, another silver exchange gone down, another one having problems. Binance traders can't get on. Is this all by design? A structured collapse of the system so they can bring in their CBDCs. And check this out. Look on Chain said here, The Bitcoin OG's BTC short has reached 3,000 BTC, which is $343 million, with a liquidation price of 130,000. Interestingly, someone bought a token called Retard and sent it to his wallet. And the other coin, that was on top of this post here, which was also 13th of October, saying, note that the Bitcoin OG deposited another 40 million USDC onto Hyperliquid and is increasing his short position on BTC. There we go, look, 40 million. $40 million. Look at that. 2 minutes ago, Hyperliquid bridge. $40 million. And that was in response to this, saying the Bitcoin OG added more to his BTC short right before the drop again. Current position 1,823 BTC, which is 208 million. Liquidation price is 121,000. Seems like a safe bet at the moment, but who knows? Who knows? What, and like they're trying to blame Binance for this or something like that? High market volatility. This is on the 12th, saying the market rebounds. The Bitcoin OG, who shorted BTC and ETH before the crash, making over 160 million, is adding even more to his BTC short. Current short position is 1,423 BTC, which is 16 million. 16 million. As they say, Chad extraordinaire. Jeepers. Jeepers. Check this out. Got some great footage here for CSW. This, so anybody who hasn't heard this, this was like a historic meeting in Arnhem in 2017. Like absolutely phenomenal. So I've just got a few bits here. Check this out. Have a listen.
If we scale 1,000 times in 10 years, that's good. Over time, it will get bigger and bigger. It will get used more and more. As Peter's so afraid of, there is no top. And if there's no top, good. The faster, the higher the velocity of money, the more it's worth. Linear growth, who cares? We have number of Bitcoin transactions. If we scale, we go past Visa, we go past MasterCard, and we get to a point where we exceed all global transactions. Then we succeed. If we scale...
Check it out. Exceed all global transactions, then we succeed. CSW thinking big. And check this one out. This was hilarious. Here we go.
$30 billion is not big. $30 billion is pissant. That dot there, Bitcoin, when that dot there is everything, we have succeeded. And only when it is everything. Thank you.
Check it out. Check it out. I think I've got one more of those as well that I put in. Here we go. Let's have a listen to this.
What we have is not running your node. That is a myth. What we have is we scale. We scale big. Then no one stops it. No government stops it. No company takes control. We scale, we win. What we have...
There we go. Pretty straightforward. We scale, we win. Loving that kind of talk there. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You know, is it going to come soon enough though? Who knows? Because the cabal are bringing in their totalitarian one world government real quick, wanting to tie people down. This is the EU entry-exit system. Everything travellers need to prepare for. Yeah, prepare for. They've got no authority whatsoever. They're all, you know, private corporations wanting your biometrics. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're literally just making it worse and worse and worse for people. It's religious extremism. And this started yesterday. And literally there were people trying to fly to Finland and Croatia. Literally didn't know anything about this whatsoever. Like literally just doing their normal journeys, going about their business, not expecting anything. Then all of a sudden, yeah, you can't get through, need your biometrics. Like, what? Does anybody have a medical license going to be taking these? No. Oh, isn't that coercion then? Like, all I've got to do, somebody's just got to hack into your system, steal your facial ID, and if you use that to get into your other accounts, like your bank account, then they can just dip in and steal your funds. Unless they're one of these facial recognition cameras on the street, picks up your face and goes, oh, well, you look the other way when you cross the road. Right, that's a $20 fine. Just dips into your account. Takes $20. What if nefarious actor gets in there? Just takes the whole lot. Takes the whole lot. That's what this is what they're trying to do. Literally. And then when that happens, they'll bring in their CBDC and all this kind of stuff. Like, concerns and common questions. They can try and skirt around it and excuse it all they want. It's not going to wash with anybody. So this is the only hope that we've got. BSV Association have released this. So again, I don't know if this means it's actually live on the mainnet. Be phenomenal if it was. They said introducing Teranode, the next generation of utility blockchain infrastructure built for efficiency and trust on a whole new scale. 1 million transactions per second, or 650 billion per week. That's 10x the world's biggest payment network. Massive. Ultra low fees, massive savings, process enormous data volumes with low cost and lower carbon footprint. Modular microservices design, scale across industries, upgrade independently without downtime. Well, businesses are going to love that. Tamper-proof, audit-ready, trusted. Protect data integrity, meet compliance, and build consumer trust. We're taking away the limits. Teranode delivers on-demand scalability, unlimited transaction volumes, and unmatched efficiency. Absolutely. This isn't just a tech upgrade. This is the foundation for the next era of business growth. BSV Association, together towards better. Find out more at bsvassociation.org. Wow. And the blurb attached to that said, Teranode is here, 1 million transactions per second on the blockchain built for business. After almost 3 years of development, we're proud to announce the release of Teranode, the next generation node technology that enables scaling on a global level. So why should you care? The breakthrough design allows the BSV blockchain to scale far beyond traditional limits, proven at over 1 million transactions per second in live trials in collaboration with Aerospike. What this means for businesses: operate without limits, handle millions of transactions per second, more than 10,000 10x today's largest payment networks. Efficiency and cost savings, ultra low transaction fees and energy efficient infrastructure, cut overheads reducing both cost and carbon footprint, security and compliance, build consumer trust and partner confidence with immutable tamper-proof data, with regulator ready audit trails. Real world application includes healthcare, secure viability, patent data scale, supply chain traceability that proves authenticity and supply sustainability, retail, real-time inventory, logistics, visibility to reduce costs and build consumer trust, gaming and entertainment, microtransactions powering entirely new digital economies, Internet of Things and logistics, billions of devices, interactions handled seamlessly. Find out more and get in touch now. Discuss how blockchain can transform your business via the link in our bio. If that has been released today, that is massive. That is massive. Is it too late? Is it in the nick of time? Only time will tell. But we will see. But that's great news. That's great news. We have hope, so it would seem. Right, let's get on to the figures then. 24 minutes already. Transactions 47%. Block size 94. Some great. There were some big blocks coming through earlier today. They've just moved down a bit. Let's have a look at that in more detail then. Let's see what goes on. Look at that. BSV blockchain has grown by 10,207 gigabytes. That is huge. Let's find these blocks. There we go. Look at that. There was a rally of blocks. 107, 103, 141, 122, 490 megabytes. 130, 138, 71, 59, 172, 70, 35. That's some huge blocks coming through there. Look at that. Might that have been 9 hours ago? And the post that we just read here from Bitcoin Association was 7 hours ago. So could that be related? Who knows? Time will tell. Stay tuned and find out, as they say. It's currently 41,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Gregcoin mining. Gregcoin at a 1% comparable profit, so much of a muchness really. Just need some Teranode transactions coming through. Oh yeah. Let's have a look at the politics in the pie charts. Global hash rate 7 days, 24 hours. Gregcoin hash rate other miners 6.25. Bcrash other mining pools 13.19. Fisher Price Cash changing all the time. Other mining pools 45.1. And again, CoinDance not reporting the figures there for Bitcoin. But we are now just a close fourth place in terms of utility transaction volume across the entire shitcoin market. But we know this is expected to explode any time now. Any time now. It would be absolutely phenomenal if it did it this month. Yeah, what if the transactions exploded on the network on the 31st of October? Like, how poetic would that be? The release of the white paper and then suddenly like Teranode being released and people using it. Like, absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Let's have a look at what's on chain. So 4,444 444,000 transactions over the last 24 hours. Let's have a look at the mining stats. Tau 32.6, SA100 20.67, Couve 18, QD-Link 14.67, Gorilla Pool 12%, making a move. And Mining Dutch being squeezed down to just 2%. They were one of the big miners just the other day. Cointelegraph has said here, investigations tie 100,000 BTC hyperliquid whale to former Bitforex CEO. Really? Bitforex CEO, who might that be? Garrett Bullish. Here we are. An on-chain investigation by crypto researcher I has linked the mysterious hyperliquid whale to who controls over 100,000 BTC to Garrett Jin, the former CEO of Bitforex, a now defunct exchange embroiled in fraud scandal. In a Saturday post on X, the on-chain sleuth noted that the whale's main wallet, Erogenous ETH, was connected to another ENS name, Garrett Jin ETH, which directly leads to Jin's verified X Twitter account. The ENS name, Erogenous ETH, event in German, confirms his link to this wallet, identifying him as the actor behind the large-scale operations on Hyperliquid Hyperunit, I wrote on X. The wallet activity also matched Jin's known business dealings, including transfers to staking contracts and addresses funded by exchanges he had past ties with, such as Huobi. Further, the whale's wallet received and sent funds that traced back to Bitforex's related addresses to Binance deposits used to open massive trades, including a $735 million Gregcoin short. God, $750 million. $750 million on a short. The amount of wealth that these people have accumulated. You know. It's just staggering. Just staggering. Haven't really got time to read all that, but if you're interested, obviously you can read it yourself. There was something else I wanted to read. I think there was. Centralized exchanges face claims of mass liquidation undercounts. $19 billion crypto market crash. Was it leverage, China's tariffs, or both? I'm pointing fingers. Was it leverage or China's tariffs or whatever? They're just literally speculating on rubbish. Debasement trade will pump Gregcoin, Ethereum. DATS will win, whatever. Solana's DEX must focus on building resilient markets. Oh my goodness me. Trader who made 192 million shorting the crypto crash is doing it again. Whoa. The hyperliquid trader made millions from short positions placed just minutes before Trump's tariff announcement, sparking wild theories. A huge crypto derivatives speculator that recently made $192 million betting on the crypto market with a curiously timed short has opened up more bearish positions. The whale trader on Hyperliquid decentralized derivatives exchange has opened a $163 million leveraged perpetual contract to short Gregcoin on Saturday. The 10x leveraged position is currently valued at $3.5 million in profit, but it will be liquidated if BTC reaches $125,000. The entity attracted attention from the crypto community after opening a short position just 30 minutes before Trump's tariff announcement on Friday, which sent the crypto market plummeting, but netted them $192 million in profit. Insider Whale blamed this entity as being labelled as the Insider Whale by the crypto community due to the uncanny timing of the trades opening minutes before a major announcement. Some theorise that the whale itself caused a massive leveraged flush that crushed crypto markets over the weekend. The crazy part is that he shorted another 9 figures worth of BTC and ETH minutes before the cascade happened, said observer MLM, who added, and this was just publicity on Hyperliquid. Imagine what he did on CEXs or elsewhere. He said, I'm pretty sure the guy played a huge role in what happened today. Over 250 wallets lost a millionaire status on Hyperliquid since Friday's crash, reported Hyper Tracker on Sunday. Meanwhile, another more bullish trader opened a 40x leverage $11 million long position on Gregcoin. Crypto people are realizing today what it means to have unregulated markets. Insider trading, corruption, crime, zero accountability. Some commented SWP Berlin researcher Janice Kuhl. Binance denies role in market meltdown, even though they paid $280 million. It has also been suggested that Binance may have played a role in the meltdown, as its own order books and market maker reportedly failed. What a coincidence! Stop losses didn't execute. Oof! Can you imagine a stop loss not executing? If you're a trader, you'd be spitting feathers. Traders were liquidated en masse and several tokens reportedly depegged or crashed to zero. However, the exchange issued an update to users claiming that there was no crash because it was a display issue. Well, wasn't it MEXC that said that, a display issue, but they still wiped out all the long positions. Oh, it was just a glitch, but we're just going to wipe you out anyway. We are aware of speculation in the market regarding the cause of this event, with some focusing on the role of Binance platform, the company stated on Sunday. It confirmed that during the event, the core futures and spot matching engines and API trading remained operational. Binance denied that the depegging of USDE and BN Sol and WB ETH caused the market crash, but offered around $283 million in compensation to traders holding these assets and collateral who were liquidated. You'd be livid, wouldn't you? Binance Exchange, I bet there's loads of other people that didn't get compensated. Binance Exchange's native token BNB has recovered strongly, surging 14% over the past 24 hours to surpass 1,300 again. Absolutely outrageous. Anyway, that's a 33-minute show. I don't think I've got anything for October 13th. Yeah, 13th, 14th, 15th, free. Anyway, look at that. We're now the 13th of October, 25 days past the Kellenschweller countdown, and already all this stuff has been kicking off. I told you there are going to be plenty of shenanigans. You're not going to want to miss it. Get your popcorn ready. This is nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Jeepers. Right, so hit the like button, press subscribe. It's going to be absolutely epic. So until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king
still has one more move.